Hi, and thanks for joining us for the special Halloween edition of CPSB-TV. I'm Shamecia.
And I'm Andrew. Here's what's coming your way in today's show. From carving out time to serve together to carving pumpkins, we'll show you how our students are giving back to the community.
And the student-produced horror film that will have you on the edge of your seat.
Plus a preview of the District Theater's performances of Newsies Jr. before they take the stage. But first, we're just days away from midterm elections.
For many of our seniors, this election marks the first time you'll be able to have the opportunity to vote. Polls will open on Tuesday, November 8 at 6 a.m. and close at 8 p.m. There are several important items, including voting for U.S. Senator, constitutional amendments, school board members, and more. We've talked to the Calcasieu Parish Clerk of Court, Lynn Jones, about why it's so important for teens to exercise this civic duty.
Well, I think it's more important for young people than anybody else to vote. Basically, over time, decisions that are made by politicians affect our younger generation more than our older generations.
There will be no school on election day if you are replanning to vote. Make sure you bring a form of ID.
Since the beginning of the school year, we've been hearing about and seeing a lot of fights on campus. CPSB-TV recently hosted a panel with law enforcement and our school superintendent to talk about what's being done to reduce violence. They all agreed that social media is where many of these fights start.
Social media is like pouring gas onto a fire. It really is, and I think students and adults know that. You know, there are so many different platforms in which students can engage with each other. And again, I go back to the impulsiveness, anger and emotions, you know, leads to moments that you might regret. But it also plays to these loosely associated groups who want to stoke that fear. They get some type of enjoyment and control and power out of stoking that fear in our school.
You can help put a stop to this growing issue by saying something. You can report suspicious activity anonymously through the Close Watch Calcasieu app.
Let's see how our Halloween forecast is shaping up with Jacob Jewell.
Happy Halloween, Southwest Louisiana. For all those who are looking forward to going out to Lost Hollows or other freight trails, we have all the information you need to be prepared and have a great time with friends and family. This Halloween, we expect to see a warm 74-degree high and a cool 53-degree low. You most likely won't need to bring an umbrella with you, as we expect a 0% chance you will be seeing any rain during your Halloween adventures. Now, moving on to our 7-day forecast, you can expect partly cloudy skies Monday through Wednesday, but at least we won't be expecting any rain to interrupt our plans for those days. Thursday is forecasted to be a nice and warm sunny day with a few clouds here and there. As we move on into Friday, we expect to see showers throughout the day into early Saturday morning, so as you go about your day, be sure to bring an umbrella with you. Moving on later into Saturday afternoon, we should be able to see a bit of sun peeking through as the clouds begin to clear up. We expect the Sunday skies to be partly cloudy with a small chance of rain to end off our Halloween week. Now, the lake area typically sees an average rainfall slightly over 4.5 inches in the month of November and December. However, this year's Southwest Louisiana is expected to see values lower than these averages. Thankfully, the official end of this year's hurricane season is tomorrow, November 1st. However, as we have all seen in the past, that does not always mean tropical activity will stop. So we still need to keep our eyes on the tropics just to be safe. The National Hurricane Center is currently looking at 2 areas of tropical activity that may develop into separate systems. However, Southwest Louisiana is not expected to be impacted by these potential systems. Let's hope this crazy and strange hurricane season will soon truly come to an end. That's it for your CPSB-TV forecast. I'm Jacob Jewell. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Jacob. For the first time since COVID closed the curtains in March 2020 at LaGrange High School Auditorium, students from the District Performing Arts program are ready to take the stage again. CPSB-TV reporter Jaleaha Joseph takes us behind the scene of a cast rehearsal for Newsies Jr.
Theater students from LaGrange, Barb, Sam Houston, and Washington Marion High Schools are down to the wire now with practices for Newsies Jr.
I love Newsies. It's a all-boys cast for the most part in the Broadway production. We're doing Newsies Junior, which is a lot more girls in it. They've changed a few things around, really giving girls a voice in this production that they may not have had in the previous production. But I do like the fact that it's a heavy boys show. Boys can do theater. Boys can do a lot of great things, and I think people think a lot of times theater is just for girls, and it's not.
Caden Hyde is the lead actor in this production, and he says theater combines some of the things he loves most.
I feel like I can just explore parts of what I want to do better in theater and doing acting and that sort of thing. Plus I love singing, so it's just another thing to add on top of acting.
One of the most exciting parts about this production is that it will take place here at the freshly rebuilt LaGrange Auditorium. You can see now that they are putting the final touch to it. This is what it looked like after Hurricanes Laura and Delta in 2020. Now, it's ready to let our students shine in a place they consider their second home.
It is a really welcoming environment. Really, there's tons of different kinds of people here. The overall environment of CTA, Calcasieu Theatrical Arts, is just kind of like a second home.
Growing up and watching a theater program with individuals that look like me was just very inspiring, and I knew I wanted to go to LaGrange and do theater over there.
Shelly Buller is the LaGrange Theater Director. She says she's thrilled about partnering with Kelly Cooley's Barb Theater program once again after the huge success of Lion King Jr. in the spring.
And what's neat about it is our kids wanted to do an older show, their kids wanted to do a younger show. We had a great partnership, so we decided to do it again. So that's why we're doing Newsies, is to work with the Barb Theater program again.
Reporting for CPSB-TV, I'm Jaleaha Joseph.
Students auditioned for roles over the summer and have been practicing since then. Performances are happening Friday, November 11 at 7 p.m. and Saturday, November 12 at 2 and 7 p.m. Tickets are $10 each. You can purchase them by going to the LaGrange Auditorium lobby during school hours or purchasing them at the door before the shows.
Let's give a shout out to some of our students going the extra mile this month in the community. Here's a look at our EMR students who got together on a Saturday morning to be a part of this anti-bullying walk through the Calcasieu Parish Sheriff's Office. They worked alongside Acadian Ambulance, EMT, and paramedic to make sure everyone stayed hydrated. And check out what our JAG students have been up to. They're carving pumpkins for a great cause.
Our JAG class is making pumpkins for the Lake Charles Care Center, and we're helping the people decorate their facility and help them get in the holiday spirit and help them not get forgotten.
The pumpkins were delivered last week and are on display now at the Lake Charles Care Center.
There's a new face on the campus at College Street this year. In this month, Meet the Teacher, we are actually introducing you to our new admin assistant principal, Chad Beebe.
Originally, I wanted to get an education to coach. That's really what I wanted to do. The stuff I wanted to coach, you had to be a faculty member, so I started off as a SPED teacher at Picken High School, enjoyed that. A lot of fun, got to help a lot of kids. Now I get to be involved in every student's life and push them towards bettering themselves, but hold them accountable when they need to be held accountable. And now I get to be, like I said, involved in the overall experience of the student body. I'd love to be a professional golfer if I was good enough to be a professional golfer. Just had a baby girl a couple weeks ago, so she takes up a lot of time now. And we also have two other kids, another boy and another girl, Mace and Riley, and our other daughter that was just born, his name's Peyton. So I spend a lot of time with my family as much as possible, my wife Megan. When I have some free time, I am a sneakerhead. I like tennis shoes, Jordans, Kyrie's. I got some LeBrons, Jordan 4s. 1s are probably my two favorite shoes. That's my thing.
Welcome, Mr. Beebe. Television production students just wrapped up our first national competition of the school year with the Student Television Network's Michael Horror Fest.
We were challenged with creating a 1-minute horror movie. Here's the top student submission from our program.
I really don't want to go to my next class.
Let's just skip it. We can go to this place called The Box.
Won't we get in trouble?
Don't be scared. Just come with me.
Okay. We're going to an abandoned body shop. So this is the box you were talking about.
Yeah, so supposedly a bunch of workers got trapped in here and they died.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's what I was told. What's that smell? What's that on the floor?
Oh, Okay.
I heard that was a mess to clean up. Before we go, we want to say congrats to our Jumpstart Summer's television production students.
They won first place in the Lake Charles Film Festival's Calcasieu student submissions with their production of Sweet Vengeance. We talked to Film Festival Director Patrick Bennett about getting more students involved in this event.
And I think it's very important for students to be involved in a local film festival because they get to showcase their work and they get to see what their peers are doing in their films, so they learn a lot. And we also have seminars that they can go to and learn about acting and film production and stuff like that. And they get to mix and mingle with a lot of like-minded people.
You can watch Sweet Vintage on our CPSB-TV YouTube channel.
That will do it for this edition of CPSB-TV.
Thanks for joining us, and don't forget to follow us on all our social media sites.
See you next time, and happy Halloween.